What is up, everyone? My name is ECKO, and it seems more and more of you are asking me about my pixel gun settings. So today, I am dedicating this video to the settings I use. Now, before we get into this, the number one question I get is, hey ECKO, do you play on PC? The answer is no. I actually use an iPad Pro. I've been using this iPad for a couple of years now, and it has been completely fine. With that being said, the other question I get from you guys is, how come you've got no lag? Well, I dedicated this iPad just to mobile gaming. I don't use it for anything else. I don't take pictures on it. I don't use it for work. It is simply dedicated to mobile gaming. So for those of you who are experiencing lag, probably the reason is because it's your everyday phone. You're using it for pictures. You're using it for text, you're using it to call people, you probably got a bunch of apps downloaded. So the best advice I can give to you there is I play by a 3-month strategy. If I don't load up a game or an app for 3 months, I delete it. That is going to save you memory, that is going to save you space. So if you play Pixel Gun on your phone, on your tablet, load it up right now and look at all your apps. If you haven't played a certain game for 3 months, get rid of it because you're clearly not playing that game. And finally, a disclaimer, whatever settings I show you today, because they work for me, it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to work for you. That's the beauty of settings. You can customize it to your own liking. All right, let's get into this. Like I mentioned, people say, he's playing on PC. I'm really not. However, I am using an Xbox controller. So, let me explain this. Number one, I use a controller because I grew up with consoles. Console gaming was my preferred platform, and I'm pretty good with a controller. Number two, have you ever tried holding an iPad for a very long time while gaming? You end up with cramps in your hand. So, Pixel Gun, going back a few updates ago, added controller support for iOS. I know your next question is going to be, but what about Android? Ironically enough, Pixel Gun didn't add the controller support. It was iOS. It was Apple. Apple added a universal support to games on their devices. I think it was like the iOS 12 update. Now, Pixel Gun could go ahead and build their own controller support system for Android, but they haven't quite done that yet. Although Pixel Gun outlines that they do support controller, there is absolutely no way for you to customize the controls. You gotta deal with the controls that they gave us, which really sucks because I would definitely like to switch around some of these buttons. No, I do not play the claw style. I just hold the controller like a regular person. I'm English. I speak English. So my language is English. However, can you enable more than one language? You can't. So again, if you speak Francais, Espanol, Portuguese, Russian, German, you can change your language to whatever you like. Now let's start getting into the actual settings. I want to start off with what I use in online play. There is simply 2 options you are able to select between. I did a very, very long time ago use the simplified mode, but again, it's incredibly simplified and the auto shooting is just a no-go. I found whenever I was playing Pixel Gun 3D, it would just shoot on its own. Number one, it would give my position away, and number two, it was never accurate at all. Now, the simplified mode and the advanced mode, we were given something which is really helpful, and people don't use it. You're crazy if you don't use it. Pixel Gun has aim assist, right? And the Pixel Gun aim assist is cracked compared to any other aim assist that I played in Pixel Gun 3D. If you like to use simplified mode, that's completely up to you. I specifically use the advanced mode. Now, when it comes to aim assist, there are certain times that I'll play with it on, and there's certain times that I will play with it off. I like to have it on in certain situations, and I like to have it off in other situations. If I'm playing, for example, sniper forts, where you can only use a sniper, I'll have it off, because I think my accuracy with it off is so much better than with it on. If it's a weapon, or like if I'm learning like cat spam or something, I'll leave it on because it will definitely help with your accuracy. And for anyone who says you're a noob for using it, don't listen to them because you're not a noob. Why would you not want to have health that's going to get you kills? So that's my stance on that. turn it off if you think it's newbie. That's completely your opinion. But I like to have it on or off depending on certain situations. There is also another setting here, which is second fire button. You've got in scope off and always. Again, some of you might adjust your settings to that liking. I specifically just have this setting off. If we head into the advanced setting, of course, this is incredibly helpful. It doesn't necessarily matter too much to me because I'm using a controller. But these things, having these slightly bigger, again, is a good thing to have. Let's go back to this. This is the shooting aspect. We're just going to move that up there a little bit. Having them a little bit bigger is good. Again, I try to make them a little bit smaller because I want the gameplay to not be covered by these buttons. If you've got big hands, then I recommend having these a little bit bigger. Now, when it comes to these three aspects, these are your gadgets. I stick these together. A lot of people like to have them like this, which is okay, especially with the side movement if you're holding your phone, but I like to have them like this. There's also some insane insert button layout here. Maybe you are dominant with your left hand. Maybe you want to play them on the left-hand side. That's completely up to you. I definitely have to try a video with them inverted sometime. But again, I don't play with them inverted. Now, with simplified mode, auto shooting is enabled. With the advanced mode, you have the option to turn this on or off. My recommendation here is to turn it off. I just don't like that feature. These are the settings that you're looking for. I have a very high sensitivity first-person movement. I grew up on Call of Duty. I have it incredibly high, and that's how I like to have it. I've currently got it at 70, but I'll differ between 70 and 80, depending on how I feel on that day. Sometimes I have it like 75, but I never ever have my settings lower than 70. Now, if you want to have the same settings as me, it's completely fine. But bear in mind, it took me quite a long time to be able to control a high sensitivity. So that's the reason why I have it around 70, 72, 74. So I think we'll bump it up to date 72. Acceleration, I have it at 52 for first-person movement. And then when it comes to third-person camera movement, which is the likes of your Battle Royale, which is down here, I do specifically stick this at 70. I keep it at 70 always, and I keep the acceleration at 50. I have just the first-person movement a little bit higher compared to the third-person movement. There's a couple of things as well. You've got the inverted camera. That is off. Double tap to jump. You'd be crazy to do that because you're at a disadvantage. Even if it's like a millisecond, split second, you'd be wasting your time. Auto pickup, that's preference. I have it off. If you play Battle Royale, you know how annoying it is that it constantly just picks up weapons. Throws out your good weapon and you pick up the garbage ones. Disable enemy outline. That's not the case either. I have that enabled. Just lets you know who the enemies are. And then the crosshair transparency, again, I have that tick. And then when it comes to inside of here, I am running 60 FPS. You might not be able to. That's completely fine. I have my frames per second at 60 FPS. Music at 10 because, believe it or not, the pixel gun music does pick up copyright strikes. And the sound effects is also enabled because I like the sound effects. I have in-game chat, turn it off and on all the time. Enable emojis in battle, I turn it off and on. I do have notifications off because I end up with a lot of messages from fans and a lot of pop-ups, so I have them off. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is my pixel gun 3D settings. If you have any more questions, just feel free to leave them down below in the comment section and enjoy this gameplay that I recorded. I'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye.